I recently had dinner with a few friends, celebrating one of us's birthday. And while we're having dinner in a really nice, beautiful ambience, good food, we're playing games. And then the games got to a point where somebody mentioned that had sold ice cream before and, some of the hard things in the past that they had to do in order to survive, especially in Europe. And then that made me reminisce and remember my past also. I remember that I was raised by a single mom, at least until I was about 16 years old. We lived in one room. We're about 6 of us, and that one room is not up to half of my bedroom right now. And that's the life that we had. I hawked groundnut oil. So I would take groundnut oil, myself and my sister, to the hostels, and would tell everybody groundnut oil is here. There's a particular, I don't want to mention the name of the brand. When they first came to Nigeria, I was hawking their groundnut oil and selling. That was why I actually understood marketing, which people say that I'm quite good at now. So in those days, we'll go into the hostels. We knew the target audience, the people that were going to buy from experience. We knew what to say for them to buy. We knew how to get them to buy even more. And almost every time we went to the hostel in Luth, Lagos University Teaching Hospital, that was where I lived growing up. Almost every time we went out, we sold out all the groundnut oil. Sometimes we would even go back home to get more and come and sell the groundnut oil. I mean, I did quite a number of things then as a small boy. To me, they were just normal. They were just okay. I was a waiter waiting at events and all that. They were just okay. So I started to think, when I remembered some of these things that I had gone through in the past, how did I go from that to where I am now? And mind you, I wasn't very brilliant. I wasn't very intelligent. In fact, I failed almost every time. Whenever my result came, it was always terrible. So terrible that I eventually repeated in SS2. It was when I repeated the class in SS2 that I practically reset my brain and now started using the intelligence that God had already put inside of me. So I wasn't so intelligent. Now, how did I move from that to this? And I started to think about it on my way back from that dinner. And the things that I think helped me are, number one is I was tenacious. I've always been tenacious. When I set a goal, I must achieve it. If I don't achieve it, I'm not sleeping. Everything inside of me, my brain, breath that I'm breathing, my intestine, everything is pursuing that goal. And until I achieve that goal, I don't rest. I'm telling you, there's nothing you cannot achieve. The only problem is that most of the time you give up too early. You are not ready to put your all into it. Sometimes the reason you don't put your all into it is because the goal is not even big enough. There are certain goals that will not let you sleep. There are certain goals that when you wake up in the morning, you wake up with fear because you have to go out and achieve that goal. Those are the kind of goals that you must have if you really want to be tenacious. You cannot be down there and be thinking that you will rise up to the top without fighting. Number 2 thing that I believe really helped me is big dreams. When I was in secondary school, a man was always invited to speak. I attended the International School, University of Lagos, and this man's English was not so good. This man was not all that educated, yet they invited him every year to speak. So I thought that the school, because he was very rich, was getting a lot of money from him, and that's how come they were forcing us to sit down and listen to him. I was very unserious in those days. So one of those days when I was forced to be in the hall and I wanted to just be there and just, watch when the teachers are not looking and escape, I decided to even listen to the man just for a little bit. I listened to him maybe for only 30 seconds to 1 minute, but the things that he said practically changed my life. His name is Dr. Cosmas Maduka. He said that when he was about my age at that time, which I think 14, 15, I can't remember the year in particular, that he would be passing in front of Leventis and he would say that one day I will own something like this. He said people laughed at him and that today he owns something like that. In fact, he actually built it in the same format with the same template as Leventis did. Right there, something struck my heart and told me that I wasn't dreaming. I realized there was nothing I was looking up to that I wanted to be in the future. Today, Dr. Cosmas Maduka is my mentor. I practically chased him and hunted him down. By the special grace of God, I've learned a whole lot from being mentored by him. You need to have big dreams. If you don't have big dreams, honestly, you cannot do big things. Things are created twice. First in your mind and then later on in the physical. If you have not created the big things in your mind, you may never do the big things outside. And number 3 thing that I think helped me to get to where I am today is knowledge. I love knowledge. Even when I was not serious yet, I used to like to just see new things, learn new things, and see how it goes. Up till today, sometimes my wife complains that I'm spending too much time in the bathroom. And what am I doing? I'm on my phone. I'm watching videos. I'm reading articles. I love knowledge. I was nominated for the EMVC Awards in 2017 for my movie King Invincible, and I never attended a film school. I mean, I've never done a 1-minute course in film, but I made a very great film. Why? Because I sat and I learned everything by myself. I learned it on YouTube. I read articles. I got the curriculum of the biggest film schools in the world, and I sat down, I read every single thing that was in their curriculum, learned it all by myself. That's how come I've been able to do the things that I've done and will still do even greater things in the future. And the major umbrella for all these things is the grace of God, because the watchman may watch, but except God is watching the city, they are watching in vain. Everything that I told you I just did, I would have done it in vain if God was not there with me, if he didn't give me the grace, if he did not help me in the times when things were down, in the times when I thought I had lost it all, if he did not help me. So right now, I want to tell you, first, you have to be a Christian. If you don't give your life to Christ, you can't expect that Christ will help you to achieve the great things that you need to achieve. One of my major secrets, and major secrets of my mentor and many other people that I know, is that they are born again Christians. Not just Christians because they go to church, but Christians because their lives have been surrendered totally to God. And then you have to dream big, you have to be tenacious, and you have to love knowledge. Fall in love with knowledge. If you want a lot of knowledge about business, please join the Biblical Billionaire Club, where you have fellow Christians who will be talking to you about business and you will be growing together with in your business. So you should join the Biblical Billionaire Club. The link is down there in the description. Click it, join. It's absolutely free of charge to join the General Club. There's General Club, the Premium Club, the Gold Club, and then the Diamond Club. But start with the General Club. It's absolutely free of charge. Join the Biblical Billionaire Club. You can also go from rags to riches. It doesn't matter where you are now. I was a dullard. I was one person who, whenever I got my result home, it was always with shame because it was full of F's. But everything turned around at a particular point. I was someone that, if you looked at me that time, you would not think that I would be where I am or who I am today. But everything turned around. So it doesn't matter how low you are right now. Everything can turn around and you can go up. But you must imbibe the right qualities. Number one, be close to Christ, be tenacious, have big dreams, and love knowledge. Thank you.